So now we want to take our loop that we've added, and we notice that it goes beyond our voice recording, so we can very easily switch that. Now when I tap on either one, they highlight. So let's tap the Ride With Me synth bass, the loop we added, and if I scroll with my hand at the bottom of the screen, I can get to the front and back very easily without messing up the size of my recordings. So if I slide this over to here, or even here, because it looks like it starts to repeat, and I really just want that effect to come in once. Now I notice, if you notice my sound, if I pull over here to the left, I can adjust which one's louder. It's hard for me to hear the loop over my voice, so listen. The wave travels silently, without companions, gathering them into itself. Passing through everything like a ghost, it rushes with something to tell the shore. So I like the idea of having that loop sound pretty loud over my voice, because that's the tsunami. We want to highlight that. So I'm just going to close that window out a little bit. So now, after this build of the tsunami, I actually want some sort of crash at the end, or something to highlight that the tsunami has hit. So if I go back into my loops, I still have my descriptors as intense and dark, but I'm going to actually go into that and deselect those so that I can search now for something specifically. So if I do waves, I see if anything comes up, and it doesn't. So let me try ocean. Okay, so I've got two to choose from. Okay, so that's a typical wave sound. Let me try this one. Ooh. I think I like that one. I think I like both, because I can have that wave coming in, and then that almost like all the sound leaves when the tsunami hits, like that, just that moment of pause or hesitation before it actually hits. I think I like the effect of both of those. So, just like before, I'm going to click and drag, go back in and get the other one, click and drag. So obviously, we've got some trimming to do. And I only want these sound effects to come in at the very end. So first of all, I'm going to tap this first one, and I'm going to move it just by slide my bottom screen here, just so that I can have that build come in. So let me just play and see what we have. But by the time it arrives, it can only roar. Okay, it's hard to even tell because we need to trim this one first. So let me slide back. We only want one of those sound effects. So let me go to the end. Not quite that far. Notice when I double tapped on it, it really expands so that you can fine tune exactly how close or far you want it. So it's like a microscope. It gives you a chance to really zoom in closely. But I only want one. So I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to move him somewhere down here. I just have to figure out exactly where. I can tell with the sound, with the atmosphere's ocean that it's building, I can see the line widening. So I probably want it just in the middle there, right after that rise in the tension. I'm not going to need all of this after the fact. In fact, I can just stop those there. And I probably want, let's see what we have. Because after a while, you just can't tell unless you play the sound. The wave travels silently, without companions, gathering them into itself. Passing through everything like a ghost, It rushes with something to tell the shore, but by the time it arrives, it can only roar. Ooh, that's like close to perfect. I'm gonna just snip this last part off and here so that abrupt sound can be felt and heard. So I'm just gonna move my playhead over, not to the very beginning, but just to see. But by the time it arrives, it can only roar. The wave travels silently, without companions, gathering them into itself. Passing through everything like a ghost, it rushes with something to tell the shore. But by the time it arrives, it can only roar.